Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel today. My name is Usetale. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In today's tutorial video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to sew this beautiful gathered dress. In my last video, we started this tutorial where I shared with you guys how to go about the pattern drafting and the cutting. In this video, we are going to be joining all the pieces we cut in the last video together to make this beautiful dress. Without wasting any time, let's get started. Welcome back, guys. So in the last video, we started the making of this dress where I shared with you guys how to go about the pattern drafting. And after we were done drafting out all the patterns, we went ahead to use them to cut on the fabric. In case you missed that video, I'm going to be leaving the link to that video in the description box so you can be able to watch it later, okay? So these are all the pieces we cut out in the last video. I already explained how we cut them out in the last video, okay? Now we're going to be joining them together for the making of the dress. You're going to start with the front pieces. So these are the two front pieces, the center front and the side front. You're going to mark the under bust line. So this part I'm marking is the under bust line. So just go ahead and use your scissors to make a little cut on it. You will do the same thing to this other one. Make a little cut at the under bust line. After you are done making the cuts, you're going to take out your pattern paper. So now after taking out the pattern paper, it's time to join the pieces together. So the first thing you're going to do is you will take out the ones for the lining, okay? Then the ones for the main bodies, you're going to join them together. So just place it together like this. Make sure that the under bust line where you make cut, it is matching together, okay? So place it together like that and pin it down. Then you pin it down here as well. Now you're going to pin this other part. So just place it together the way you see me doing. Then go ahead and pin it together. So after you're done pinning, this is what you're going to have. You will do the same thing to this other side. Place it together. Make sure that the cuts that you made, they are matching up. Then go ahead and pin it down. So guys, after you're done pinning it down like this, you're going to take it to the sewing machine to sew it down like that. You will do the same thing here. So after doing that, you're also going to be joining the lining pieces together the same way. Now, after you are done joining the pieces together just as I demonstrated, you're going to place it on your tailor's arm. Then you're going to iron the seam flat. So just open up the seam flat just the way you see me doing. Then use your hot iron to iron it out. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. So guys, after you are done ironing the seam flat, this is what you're going to have it looking like. As for the lining, I didn't iron it because I've already used my machine to top stitch it, okay? So this is it for this. Now you will notice that when you place it together like this, the side is a little bit longer. Can you see how this part is looking? It's looking a little bit longer. So I'm just going to come down here by about 1 inch. Then I'm going to make a little curve on it. This is because I don't want it to be too up at the armhole area. I don't want it to be too up. So just come down by 1 inch, then curve it out like that, just the way you see me do. Then you're going to be doing the same thing to the lining piece. So anything you do to the main fabric, you do to the lining piece as well. Now place the main fabric on the lining fabric as well. Can you see? Arrange it up together. Then go ahead and trim it out. So guys, after you're done trimming, this is what you're going to have. You can see it looks way better now than before. So this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to be marking out where I will place the strap. I already told you guys that I'm going to be having strap in my own, okay? So I already make the strap. So I went ahead to fold my fabric for the strap. So what I have is about 13 inches. So and it is ½ inch wide, okay?
So the length of my strap is 12 inches. So the extra 1 inch is for sewing allowance. So that's why I cut out 13 inches long. Now you're going to fold your fabric together just like this. Then you make a notch at the middle. After you're done making the notch, you're going to measure your neck width. So my neck width is 9 inches. You're going to divide it into two, which will give me 4.5. Now I'm going to measure 4.5 just like this. Then I will make a notch. So after you're done making the notch, now you're going to open it up. So these two notches is where I'm going to be placing my strap. Now before I place the strap, I'm going to be adding this pink fabric for the design at the neck area. So I have it to be 4 inches wide and it is long enough to go across the neck area of my fabric. Okay, so I have already ironed a stay to the back. You can see I ironed a stay to it before cutting it out, and I just fold it together to look like this. Now you're going to place it together like this. You will make a notch at the middle. Now you place the middle notch with the middle notch of your fabric, then go ahead and pin it down. So after you're done pinning it down, so just pin it all the way to the end, and you do the same thing to this other side. Now that we have pinned it down, you're going to be placing the strap. So just remark where you measure for the strap. So we notch it. So now you take one of the strap, you're going to place it on it just like this. Then go ahead and pin it down. Now you take the other strap, place it where you mark, then you pin it down as well. So after doing that, you're going to take it to your sewing machine, then you will sew it down. After you are done sewing it down like that, you will place the lining piece on it. So first of all, make a notch at the middle of your lining piece. Now make sure that the middle of your lining piece is matching with the middle notch. Go ahead and sew it down as well. So guys, this is what I had after I was done sewing, just as I demonstrated. You can see. So now you're going to be making little cuts on it. Can you see what I'm doing? So just make cuts on it just like this. After you're done doing that, you're going to open it up. Make sure that the strap is going to the main fabric side. Okay, now you take it to your sewing machine. You're going to top stitch it all the way down. So after I was done top stitching, I went ahead to iron it out. So just make sure to iron everything out so that it will stay very flat. Now, after you're done ironing it out, this is what you're going to have it looking like. You can see. So go ahead and place it aside. Now, you're going to bring the back pieces. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to transfer the dart to the back pieces. So just go ahead and transfer the dart from the pattern paper to the back pieces. So after doing that, make a notch where the zipper allowance is going to start from. Then the dart line, you're also going to make a notch here and at the other side as well. So at the top here, make a notch. So after you are done making the notches just like that, now you're going to take out the pattern paper. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take it to your sewing machine to sew the dart. So these two here is what I'll be using for the main fabric. So I'll just place it together like this, take it to my sewing machine, then I will sew the dart. Then I will do the same thing to this other piece, take it to the sewing machine and sew the dart. You will do the same thing to the lining fabrics as well. So this is what I have after I was done sewing that to the pieces. I opened up the dart so I could iron it flat just like that, and that's the same thing I did to the lining fabric as well. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to measure where you will place the strap. Remember, the width of my strap is 9 inches, divided by 2 is 4.5. So from the zipper allowance mark, I'm going to measure the 4.5, then I will make a notch. So after you are done making the notch, the next thing you're going to do now is you will open it up just like this. Then you're going to bring the front piece. You're going to place the strap on this notch that you made. So I already measured the strap and I marked where I'm going to be sewing. So just place it on it and pin it down. Then you will do the same thing to this other side. So place it on the notch, then go ahead and pin it down. So after pinning, first of all, you're going to take it to your sewing machine and you're just going to sew it. After you're done sewing, you will place the lining piece on it, then you're going to go ahead and sew it down just like this. So sew the top, then you sew it down like that. Then you place the other one here as well, sew the top, then you sew it all the way down. So guys, after I was done sewing the lining piece of the back together, so this is what I had. Now I've already marked out the zipper allowance. I'm just going to join it. So I have joined it and I went ahead to iron it flat for now. So this is what you're going to have it looking like. So this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be trimming out of the front piece. So I'll place my under bust line, which is 13 inches on the under bust. So I will measure my half length. So my half length is 16 and half inch for the sewing allowance. I will mark 17. So I'll come here and do the same thing. Place 13 inches, which is my under bust on the under bust area. Then I will mark 17. After I'm done doing that, I'm just going to rule a straight line with my straight ruler. So just rule it out just like this. Then you do the same thing here as well. So guys, after you're done doing that, you're going to measure what you have here, 9 inches. You measure the same thing. So make sure what you have at the two sides is the same thing. Then go ahead to cut it out. So now after you are done cutting it out, you're going to be using this front now to trim the back. So just open up the back like this. Then measure what you have at the side, which is 9 inches. You're also going to measure the same 9 inches at the side of the back. You mark it. Here you will come and measure the same 9 inches. So just go ahead and mark it. So after marking, you're going to connect with your straight ruler. So just rule a straight line like this. Now you're going to cross check to be sure that it is exactly what you measured. Then go ahead to cut it out. So guys, after you're done trimming it out like that, this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to measure the distance of the dart of the front piece. So after doing that, you also measure the distance of the dart of the back piece. So this measurement is what you're going to use to transfer the dart to the lower bodies, which I have already done. I'm just going to explain to you guys. So for the front dart, I have 6.5 inches divided by 2, 3.2, and you can see I have used it to mark it on my fabric. Now I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew the dart. So place it together again, then go ahead and sew the dart. You do the same thing to the lining fabric, and the same thing you're going to do to the back pieces as well. So after I was done sewing the darts, you can see I also cut the dart open and I ironed the seam flat. So this is what you're going to have it looking like. The same thing was what I did to the back pieces. You can see I have sewn the dart. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to bring the back pieces. You're going to place the lining fabric on top of the main fabric, the right sides facing each other. You will just sew down the zipper allowance area. Do the same thing here. Go ahead and sew it down. So guys, after I was done sewing it down, this is what I had. You can see. So this is it for the back pieces. Now I'm going to join the lower bodies of the front together with the upper bodies. So this is how it is supposed to be. This is how you are going to join it. But the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to place it together like this. Then you will make a notch at the middle. So after you're done making that notch, you're going to be doing the same thing to the upper bodies. So place it together just like this. Then make a notch at the middle. Now, after making notches, now you're going to place the middle notch of the piece together with the middle notch of the fabric, but make sure that the dart line is aligning. Make sure that the dart is aligning with the dart of the upper bodies, then pin it down. So place the dart of the lower bodies together with the upper bodies. Make sure it's aligned, then pin it down. After you're done pinning it down, so just pin it down all the way to the end, just the way you see me doing. Now you're going to flip it to the other side. You take the other piece, the lining piece, place it on it, then go ahead and pin it down as well. So after you're done pinning it down, take it to your sewing machine to sew it together. So just sew it down like that. So after sewing it together, this is what you're going to have. So you can see, so this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now you're going to be joining the back piece the same way. So first of all, loosen up the zipper allowance a little bit. So after you're done loosening it up, so this is how you're supposed to place it. First of all, mark out which one is the lining piece. So after marking, this is how it is supposed to be placed, okay? Now you're going to place it on it just like this. Make sure the dart of the main fabric is matching up, then you pin it down. Now you're going to open it up just like this. Then pin it down at this end. Place the lining fabrics together, lining to lining. Make sure the dart is also matching up, then pin it down. After you're done pinning, you're going to take it to your sewing machine to sew. You will do the same thing to this other one. So let me just do what I did before. Place it on it like this. Open it up. Place the main fabric to main fabric. Align the darts, then pin it down. Then flip it just like this. Pin it down at this middle part here. So the dart of the lining fabric, place them together and pin it down as well. Then take it to your sewing machine to sew it down. So guys, after I was done sewing, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Can you see? Now you're going to place it together just like this. Then you will close up the zipper allowance all the way to the end. So after closing it up, this is what you're going to have. So this is it for the front and the back piece. Go ahead and place it aside. Now you're going to bring the ones for the gather, the pink fabric for the gathers. You're going to take it to the sewing machine and you're going to be sewing gathered stitches on it. So just take it to your sewing machine, then you're going to sew it down using your gather stitch 2 times. So that's what we are going to use to gather it. So guys, after I was done sewing the gathered stitches on it 2 times, this is what I have. Now the excess thread at the side, you're going to go ahead and pull it to give it the gather effect. So guys, after pulling it to an extent, now you're going to measure what you have here. So just place your tape and measure what you have from one end all the way to the other end. So after measuring, I have 24 inches. Now I'm going to bring my fabric. I will measure the gathers that I made. I'll make sure the gathers is up to 24 inches. It's not up to 24 inches yet. I will just, release it a little bit. Then measure it again. You can see I have exactly 24 inches now. I'm going to tie up the threads at the two sides. So guys, after you're done tying it up like that, so just make sure everything is evenly distributed. Can you see? So after you are done spreading it out, you will measure it to be sure of what you have. Now you will be doing the exact same thing to the other one. So I went ahead to do that off camera. You can see I have made gathers on the two pieces. Now I'm going to bring my fabric. I'm going to be sewing it to my fabric. So I went ahead to fix the zipper to the back piece. So I sew it down about 1 inch before fixing the zipper. The zipper is not going to get all the way to the pink fabric, okay? So now I'm going to place the gathers that I made. I will place it on my black fabric. First of all, determine the right and the wrong face. So make sure that you place the right face are facing each other. Then go ahead to sew it all the way down. Can you see how I'm doing it? So just place it on it like this. Then you sew it all the way down. You're going to be doing the same thing to the back piece. So take out the zipper, then place the pink fabric on it, the right face facing each other, then sew it down. So after you are done sewing it down, this is what you're going to have it looking like. So at the back, I also went ahead to join it. So this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing to do is to join the sides. So first of all, you're going to be taking your body measurement. So just arrange it up like this. Then go ahead to take your body measurement. And after measuring it out, the sewing allowance I have is about 1.25. So I just mark it at the two sides here. You do the same thing to the under bust line, mark 1.25 And at the waistline, you're also going to be measuring it. Then the sewing allowance that you have, you're going to be distributing it at the two sides of the waistline. Okay, so after doing that, just connect the lines together just the way you see me doing. So connect this one together as well. Now at the end here, you're also going to be marking the 1.25 sewing allowance. So just mark it out just the way you see me doing. So guys, now you're going to take it to your sewing machine. You're going to join it down. So when you get to the pink fabric, you just join it all the way down. This is what you're going to have after you are done joining the two sides. You can see I've joined it down, and at the end I also went ahead to hem it all around. So I just hemmed it round. So this is what you're going to have, and this is it for the making of this beautiful dress. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. If you gain value from the watching of this video, please don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you all in my next video.